Hello and welcome to Patriot Pride. I'm Antonia DeFeo.
And I'm Kristen Schreier, here on behalf of Kristen Anderson. We would like to present a special one-hour edition of Patriot Pride consisting of a number of interviews from teachers to students to coaches and guidance counselors.
So stick around and enjoy the show.
Driving under the influence is an offense that should not be taken lightly. On average, 3 out of 10 Americans are involved with drunken driving accidents. This issue is extremely important to teenagers like us because 32% of fatalities among 15 to 20-year-olds are related to driving while inebriated. Throughout the country, 1 person dies every 33 minutes due to an alcohol-related accident. If you drive under the influence, you can face community service, increase your points, and sometimes face jail time. Why risk your life for someone else's over something so stupid?
Welcome back. I'm here with Coach Badami, and her and the field hockey team played in the state finals on Saturday, November 13th. Coach Badami, who did you play on Saturday and how were they?
We played Mount Olive. They're a very good team. They're defending state sectional champs from last year.
How was the game and what was the score?
It was a great game. The score was 3-0. Unfortunately, we lost, but the score doesn't depict how well we played. The field hockey team played one of the best games I've seen them play this year.
Going back, how did the team prepare for this?
We prepare all year long. We go to 2 camps during the summer. We have triple sessions during our summer practices, and we just battle right through. All the girls are great. They give me a lot.
What were your original goals for the season?
Definitely make county finals, and it was great that we won the championship this year. As far as states goes, I was definitely looking that we were going to qualify, but to make state finals was just excellent.
How did those goals change as the season progressed?
Once I knew I had a good team this year, but once they started playing and the way they all gelled and played together, this is the first team I've had that played off each other like they were each other. We had great passing, and I just figured this team could make it to the state finals, and we did.
How has the team improved?
Each year, the girls give me more and more. You work all year round. They go to various camps, and we just keep getting better and better. I look to have the same goals this year: county championship, state finals again next year.
How did the former players help out the players this year?
Just by the dedication of the team. When I started here, the team didn't really gel, and all my players that I had started working for each other, and that tradition kind of just held along and made the team what it is today.
Do you think winning the counties a few weeks back had an impact on the state tournament, and if so, how?
Absolutely. I think it made us realize that we can win championships, because we hadn't won one in 14 years, and I think it just put us in a better mindset, confident when we were on the field.
Was beating the defending champions, did that make it better?
For the counties, beating Pompton Lakes always makes it better. But it was a great. They're a great team, and we had a great run, and I knew we could do it this year.
What teams did you beat to get to the finals, and how were those games?
For the state championship?
For both.
For both. Well, for the counties, we had to go through Lakeland and West Milford, and then Pompton Lakes was in the finals. And then the state championship, we had to go through West Morris Mendham, and then we had to meet West Milford again, which was a little scary because we had played them once before, and we only lost to them. They only lost to us 2-1, and then we did it again in the state semifinals.
Thank you, Badami, and we'll be back with more right after this.
Driving under the influence is an offense that should not be taken lightly. On average, 3 out of 10 Americans are involved with drunken driving accidents. This issue is extremely important to teenagers like us because 32% of fatalities among 15 to 20-year-olds are related to driving while inebriated. Throughout the country, 1 person dies every 33 minutes due to an alcohol-related accident. If you drive under the influence, you can face community service, increase your points, and sometimes face jail time. Why risk your life for someone else's over something so stupid?
In this segment is Festum Mahmoudi, who is a member of a band. Festum, what is the name of your band?
The name of my band is called FBS, Fueled by Satan. It's like, you wouldn't really understand it unless you were like part of this inside joke, but it's just a thing with Tenacious D, and basically that's it.
Who is in your band?
There's me, I do vocals and guitar. There's Nelson Graham who plays bass and Greg Graziano who does drums.
How long have you been playing? How long have you been playing an instrument individually, and how long have you been together as a band?
Together we've been like for 2 weeks almost. Individually I've been playing for like a year. Nelson's been playing for like a year. I've been singing for a long time, and Greg's just drumming around for like ever. This is Greg.
How did you guys meet up?
We met up in middle school. It was really funny because I accidentally tackled Nelson into Greg, and we became friends. It was amazing.
What made you guys want to start a band?
Music in general. We like playing music. We like listening to music. It's just fun to like have a band. You know, it's something you really enjoy experiencing, I guess.
What kind of instruments do you guys have?
I have a Jackson. That's a guitar. It's the one with 6 strings. The one it goes like you know. And then there's the bass guitar that Nelson plays. Nelson has a Fender. He got it from his uncle or something, and that's the one that goes like boom, 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 and it's like 4 strings. And then everyone knows what the drums are, you know. So Greg's the drummer. He plays the drums.
Are you playing any concerts or performances?
We're going to play a concert before Battle of the Bands. We're playing at Battle of the Bands, and we're going to try to rent out the auditorium to play a concert at Wayne Ho's sometime soon. I don't know when though, probably in a couple months.
What kind of music do you play?
We just play like upbeat, just a fast-paced kind of like rock and roll. Nothing slow. It's not really heavy metal like I'm gonna kill you or something, you know. It's just upbeat, just fast, not crazy but fast.
Who writes your songs, and how many songs do you have?
We write our songs together, I guess. We just sit down and play music, and whatever sounds good we like and we take it. So, and lyrics, I don't really know what we do with lyrics. Lyrics is really confusing, but we get lyrics, so it's good. We have about 4 of our own songs.
Do you plan on making a CD?
A CD, yeah, we're gonna make a CD by the end of this year. Zach Carpentier is going to help us, so if you're going to want to buy them, you should talk to him at the end of this year. Buy them. Only $5.
What inspires you to write music?
Life experiences, I guess, just every day. Like, I could be walking down the street and get stung by a bee and make a song about it, you know? I'd be like, oh my God, yesterday I walked down the street, it stung me in the arm. What shall I do? You know, you write a song about anything, so it's just life experiences, what you hate, what you don't like, what you do like, and that's about it.
What bands do you look up to?
I look up to Nirvana, of course, because they're just like God. There's Alkaline Trio, and that's only 2 bands I really like. Greg likes Dream Theater. Nelson likes like jazzy kind of music, like Incubus too. So we just have a wide variety of music that we look up to.
Do you have anyone in your family that plays, that like helps you? Or?
Not my family. Kyle Hansen has a brother who's really good at guitar, but besides from that, my brother's like a horrible waste of a musician. Actually, Greg Graziano's dad used to be in a band, and he has like these sweet amps that are like humongous that we're just gonna borrow from him.
Thank you, Festum, and we'll be back with Patriot Pride right after this. Welcome back. I'm here with Coach Ionel to talk about the baseball season. Coach Ionel, how was your season last year?
Well, last year our final record, I believe, was 16-12. We started off the year, 9-1 in our first 10 games, and then what happened was the second time through our schedule, we started to face some of our better pitchers, our better opponents, threw their better pitchers at us. So we had a little bit of a rough second half of the season, but all in all, 16-12, and in the semifinals of the county, it was an okay season.
Were you happy with the way your team played last year?
Well, like I said, at the beginning of the year, we played extremely well. We started to see some of our team's #2 pitchers, and we handled them pretty well. Second time through, when we started to see more better pitchers or more #1s or more aces, some of those games didn't go in our favor.
What are your expectations for the upcoming season?
Well, this year I'm expecting a county championship. Okay, I'm expecting to show much better in the state tournament. In our 5 years since I've been the coach, we've made the state tournament each year, but we haven't really gotten to that sectional final game per se. So we're looking to make some more noise into the tournament and maybe win a few games later on in the year.
Will anything less than a county championship be a disappointment?
Yeah, I think we go into each year expecting a county championship. Kids work hard all through the year. We start lifting in at the beginning of the school year, and we start hitting in January. So, the players that are on the team definitely put forth a great deal of effort. So, to sell our sights short of anything but a county championship isn't acceptable.
Who are your key players for next year?
Well, the key players are going to be our seniors as usual. We have Antonio and Bimbo, we have Nick Russo, we have Steve Lacasse, Kyle Cavanaugh, we have a good nucleus, a good catching group of Cody Russell.
That's a good hitter.
So with those guys as being the kids that have been here for the longest, we always count on that senior leadership to bring us through the year.
What as a team are your weaknesses and strengths?
Well, every team needs pitching, okay? And so pitching is going to be the key part for us. We feel pretty confident in the kids that we have returning. Last year, one of the question marks was experience, okay? Going from that JV or junior varsity team to that varsity team and on that field, the speed of the game increases, the strength of the players, and so it's a big jump. So we're really counting on these kids that played a little bit of varsity last year being able to make that jump with a little bit better ease this year and hopefully be able to handle themselves a little bit better in those big games.
Who are some of your key opponents?
Well, our league is probably one of the better leagues in the whole North Jersey. Our MBIL is very competitive. Last year, Old Tappan, who won the county tournament, which isn't very heard of because of the public school. It's always playing the private school, and due to the fact that the private school gets a little bit better recruits and maybe some better talent, it was a great accomplishment for Old Tappan. Ramapo, Fairlawn, Demarest, they're all on our side of the league, and they've all been very, very competitive every year.
How do you feel about your pitching this year?
Well, pitching I feel pretty good about. Like I said, that inexperience last year has turned into some experience this year. We have Nick Russo leading the staff, who was like 7-2 as a junior. So, his second year on the varsity and as a senior, we're counting on big things from him.
Thank you, Coach Ionello, and we'll be back right after this.
Welcome back. Joining us for this segment is Miss Yuzo. How long have you been coaching girls lacrosse, and what do you like most about it?
Well, this is going to be my 4th year coaching, but this will be my first year as head varsity coach at Wayne Hills. What do I like about it? I love athletics. I coach field hockey as well, and I just like being out there with the girls and having that close bond and, athleticism, determination, stuff like that.
As a new varsity coach, what are your plans for the upcoming season?
To get to state. Last year we got there and we were winning, we were up ahead against the other team, and then we fell apart and we lost. This year I would like to really move ahead a little bit more, get up to states, have a winning record. Hopefully we will get to the finals, just like we are in field hockey right now. That's what, same girls. I hope that we have, our plans are the same for this year as well. Last.
What players should we keep an eye out for on the field this season?
I would say our captains, Kelly Calabrese, our returning goalie, Benelli Latilla, she's returning senior as well, and then Melissa Puchkoff and Sabrina Toledano, our 4 seniors captains.
What can you tell us about the new JV coach this year?
Miss Polero, well, she's going to be our new JV coach. Unfortunately, I don't know much about her since I haven't coached with her yet. She's a great girl. She seems like she wants to improve our program. She has a lot of great ideas, and I think she can only bring positives to the program.
You're also the freshman class advisor this year with Mr. Lehman. How has this been going so far?
Great. They're a great group of kids. Very dedicated. They wanna win, Spirit Rally. They want to work hard, and just because they're freshmen, they're just not giving up. They're a good group of kids.
What are your plans for this year as advisor?
Well, fundraising, getting money for our class so that we will have funds for our our junior formal, our senior prom. But as a freshman, class advisor, the freshmen don't do a whole lot. We do the normals, the Spirit Week. We do the normal, I guess, field trip or whatever we'll have at the end of the year. But mostly just fundraisers and getting the class organized a little bit. Bring them together a little bit more.
Can you tell us about the freshman class officers?
I know them vaguely. We've only had a few meetings, but what I've known from them is that they are just so on top of things. You tell them to do something and they'll get on top of it. They'll do it, and they do not mind working. And that's great when you have an officer. Previously, we'd have people who sign up for a position and then not show up. This, you don't have to worry about them. We keep on top of things with emails, and we talk, at least once a week. We meet at least once a week as well. So that's good.
Thanks, Ms. Uzo. We'll be right back for more Patriot Pride after this announcement.
Anderson, and joining us today is the sophomore class treasurer, Spencer Furtick. What are your responsibilities as a treasurer?
As treasurer, basically you have to collect the money. So you're in charge of running dues and then, collecting the money. And then when the money's collected, I meet with our advisor, Mr. Ryerson, and we go over the money, how much we have, and we deposit it. And then you keep track of the money so you know how much you have, what you can spend, what you can buy, what you can do with the money you've got.
How does the 10th grade make money?
We make money through a few ways. The number one way we make money is dues. So we collect dues at the beginning of the year, $25 a year, so everyone pays $100, and that goes towards, formal and prom and doing stuff for the grade. And on top of that, you make money when you sell Spirit Week shirts. A lot of people buy them, so that brings in money as well. And on top of that, when you run different fundraisers, we hope to run a lot more than this year, and that'll bring in money to the grade too.
How are these methods working?
Not so great. No one really pays dues because they don't understand necessarily what they're for, that they help benefit them, that they help pay for formal and prom and other stuff, so no one really wants to pay that. And on top of that, we haven't really gotten any fundraisers off the ground yet, but we're meeting today to discuss them, and once we get fundraisers off the ground, everything should go pretty well.
What fundraisers do you have planned?
Well, there's a wrapping paper drive that we're going to be starting soon because our advisor, Mr. Ryerson, said that wrapping paper, when he's done it in the past, makes a lot of money. On top of that, we want to sell thunder sticks. We wanted to sell them at the hockey game this year. I think it's going to be at football games next year, and they're those inflatable things. You blow them up. You see them at sports games. You bang them together. So we want to sell those. Those should be a pretty cool item. So those are some of the fundraisers we're planning up ahead.
What upcoming events has Student Council been working on?
Basically, they've been working on Spirit Week right now, focusing on what the grade's going to do for Spirit Week and how it's all going to come together.
When is Spirit Week?
Spirit Week is it's next week, so November 15th to the 19th.
What is the sophomore mascot for Spirit Week, and how did you come up with it?
The mascot's Oscar the Grouch. Basically, we listened to input from a lot of people from the grade, and at first they decided on Green Goblin. A lot of people didn't like that, and so we went over other ideas, and when we took in everyone's input and voted, we voted with Oscar the Grouch.
What are the days for Spirit Week?
The different days. First day is Pajama Day, so obviously everyone that day wears pajamas. One day is College Logo Day, so everyone comes in and wears different college logos. One day is Hat Day, everyone wears a crazy hat or whatnot. A new day this year is Decade Day. Every grade is a different decade, dresses up in different clothing from that decade. And the last day is the Color Day, where everyone wears the colors of their team.
How do Student Council meetings run?
How do they run? Basically, all the officers and the reps come together. It's pretty informal. You just sit in a room, you talk. We try to have an agenda this year so that we know what points to hit, what to talk about and stuff. And then we all discuss that. Everyone who wants to say something gets an input, gets to say what they want to say, and we take votes and go from there.
What is your role in these meetings?
Basically, we try to do it so that everyone's equal. Everyone can just come in and say, what they want to say. Everyone, can do their opinion. I try to help, come up with the agenda so that the meeting can be more, structured so that we can get through everything that we need to get through and it can run smoothly. But basically, it's the same as anybody else's role.
What other things is Student Council working on for the future?
In the future, one of the things they're focusing on, obviously, is junior formal, which I guess was supposed to be booked already, but isn't. So we'll do that coming up soon. And on top of that, also something for like the end of the year. We're looking into hopefully going to an amusement park or going on some cool trip at the end of the year, and we're going to start focusing on that. Or we're doing something cool at the end of the year. We're going to start focusing on that once Spirit Week's over with.
How has Mr. Ryerson helped out the sophomore class?
That's a good question. He takes up a lot of his time, like to help us after school, to meet with us at meetings, and he helps get us contacts in order to get some of the things done that we need to get done. So he's been helpful.
Thank you, Spencer, and we'll be back with more Patriot Pride right after this.
Hi, I'm Kristen Schweiher, and I'm here with Mr. Keogh, a guidance counselor at Wayne Hills. In this segment, we will be talking about how to visit a college. I'm a 10th grader now. Is there anything I should be doing to prepare for college?
Kristen, thanks for inviting me today. I think as a 10th grader, many 10th graders have already taken the PSATs, which are the really practice tests for the SATs to give you a sense of how you might do on the SATs. You're going to get those results in December, and at that point in time, you can begin starting to get a sense as to the type of schools that you might be interested in, what type of review courses you might like to take to prepare for the SATs, and that'll give you a sense in the beginning stages for preparation for your sophomore year summer and starting your junior year.
Come the start of next year, when I'm entering 11th grade, can I relax, or is there anything specific I should be doing?
I think that there's always things that you can be doing. I think that one of the things that you always want to be doing is when you're making your selection of courses for grade 11, that you're taking the most challenging courses that you could take. That you take the PSATs for the second time, because the grade 11 PSATs is the test that allows you to be considered for national merit recognition. I think at that point in time you also want to begin setting up your preliminary list of schools that you might be interested in, considering things like geographic location, size of school, what you think you might like to study. It's never too early to start visiting colleges, whether you do it with older brothers and sisters, whether you start visiting schools during the school year when the college or university is in session, actually attending a few classes at the university, visiting the dormitories, getting a sense as to whether you can truly picture yourself living at that school for 4 years of your life.
How does someone go about choosing a college?
Fortunately for you, Kristen, and for other students like you, in the last 5 to 10 years, there's been an increasingly greater number of opportunities for you to do searches using the computer and do online searches. Although the large college guides are still helpful, most students will use online searches to determine and narrow their lists based on all the criteria that I identified before.
What is the process of visiting a college?
Do you mean actually going for a campus visit?
Yeah, how do you choose one that suits you?
Okay. I think that what you're going to do is after you do some of your searches online, you've already put in the criteria. So for example, if you've identified the geographic region, the size of the school, the majors that you're interested in, you will come up with a list. Then it's up to you and your parents and your family to decide when you'd like to visit those schools. Many students will choose to attend a university during the open houses. Some students will choose to go on immediate decision days, and other students will simply take a day off from school and go to the campus and take a campus tour and possibly interview with the admissions staff.
And when will someone know what college they will be attending? Like by senior year?
Okay, during senior year, which is really the last time that students will be taking the SATs, they'll be applying to colleges in September, October, November, traditionally of senior year. They're going to then be making their selection by March, April of their senior year. And with one exception, if a student applies for early decision, then that means they and the college or university are giving their commitment. And that decision is received from the college by December 15th. So some students will know as early as December 15th what college or university they're going to be attending after high school.
All right, well, thanks for watching. We'll be back with more Patriot Pride after these messages.
Driving under the influence is an offense that should not be taken lightly. On average, 3 out of 10 Americans are involved with drunken driving accidents. This issue is extremely important to teenagers like us because 32% of fatalities among 15 to 20-year-olds are related to driving while inebriated. Throughout the country, one person dies every 33 minutes due to an alcohol-related accident. If you drive under the influence, you can face community service, increase your points, and sometimes face jail time. Why risk your life for someone else's over something so stupid?
Welcome back. Joining us now is Jonathan Moriarty, a student class rep of Wayne Hills High School. What is your position on student council and what do you do?
This year I'm just a class rep. I attend the meetings and I bring up ideas and follow them through with 10 other reps for the sophomore class.
And how is this year's sophomore student council going?
We started off pretty slow, but we're slowly picking up our pace. With Spirit Week, we have shirts. We're doing a wrapping paper drive. Hopefully we get some necklaces that we can sell during the week to bring more spirit and points to our class and make some money off of it.
Is there anything you hope to accomplish?
Well, we are hoping to have either a sophomore breakfast or lunch this year. Also, we have to plan for future years like the junior formal and the senior prom. We have to find the places, dates, that kind of stuff, all that.
In this upcoming Spirit Week, what are the themes for each day?
Monday is pajama day, so everyone just wears their pajamas. Unfortunately, we lost 2 staff members here at Wayne Hills, so it got postponed. So Friday, we will continue with what would really be Tuesday, which is College Logo Day. Monday, we will then have Decades Day, which each class has either the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Tuesday, we will then have Hat Day, and Wednesday will be our class color day, which the freshmen are pink, the sophomores are green, the juniors are purple, and the seniors are orange.
How can each grade maximize their points?
Show spirit. Dress up, donate to the Penny Wars, donate food. On Wednesday, bring in turkey slips. Those are the most points. Canned goods to feed the needy and the hungry.
What are each grade's mascots, and how do you come about this decision?
Well, the decisions are made by the class officers and the class reps, along with their advisors. They think of ideas, they brainstorm, and they vote on them. This year, the sophomores are green, and we are Oscar the Grouch. Our slogan's, "We'll kick your cans," or "We'll can you." There's a few different ones that we're doing. The freshmen that are the Pink Pirates. The juniors are the Purple Puglises. Their advisor is Mr. Pugliese. And the seniors are Orange Jailbirds or something. I'm not exactly sure. And we're looking forward to a fun rally on Wednesday.
The seniors won last year's Spirit Rally. Do the sophomores have a chance?
Absolutely. All you need is pride and spirit and money and food and a lot of heart. You need a lot of heart.
What charity will receive most of the donations?
Half of the proceeds from the Penny Wars we are donating to Mr. Zito's family in loving memory of him, and going to a good cause.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you, John. And we'll be back after these messages.
Driving under the influence is an offense that should not be taken lightly. On average, 3 out of 10 Americans are involved with drunken driving accidents. This issue is extremely important to teenagers like us because 32% of fatalities among 15 to 20-year-olds are related to driving while inebriated. Throughout the country, one person dies every 33 minutes due to an alcohol-related accident. If you drive under the influence, you can face community service, increase your points, and sometimes face jail time. Why risk your life for someone else's over something so stupid?
Thanks for watching this month's Patriot Pride. Special thanks to those interviewed. Once again, I'm Antonia DeFeo.
And I'm Kristen Schweiher. And for Kristen Anderson and all those involved in Patriot Pride, see you next month.
Hi, and welcome to the December edition of Patriot Pride. I'm Alex.
And I'm Stephanie. This month, we will be bringing you a wide range of activities here at Hills, from the review of the play Noises Off to Spirit Week to some winter sports activities. So sit back and relax. Patriot Pride will be right back.
Anorexia nervosa is an eating disorder involving constant dieting, rapid weight loss, and the feeling of being too fat. It is estimated that 1 out of every 250 girls will develop anorexia. Some signs that a person may have anorexia is a rapid loss of body fat, very dry skin, or an irregular heartbeat. Safe ways to lose weight are to eat healthy and exercise daily. It is not always just about the food, but about how one feels about themselves in their own mind. If you feel you may have this eating disorder, please seek professional help.
Spirit Day was a blast. The seniors run very fast. We thought we had a competing class, but the sophomores came in last. Since the games had begun, the seniors were number 1. Even though we lost a ton, Spirit Day was lots of fun.
Spirit Rally is a yearly event that's held around right before Thanksgiving, where students get together and basically compete against each other in their own classes and show their spirit.
The 9th grade would be the Pink Pirates. They're hot pink. And the sophomores are the Green Grouches, Oscar the Grouch. The juniors are the Purple Polices, and the seniors are the Orange Convicts.
The Spirit Rally was pretty crazy. It was really loud in there, and everyone was just cheering.
They're cheering to get the competitors and cheerleaders and dancers motivated to psych them up and get us more points for Spirit Week.
We have the SDA that performs. We have cheerleaders that do their thing and basically get the crowd a little bit crazy.
They have balloon popping, which is you run across with another girl with a balloon in your hands and you pop the balloon and you run back.
So have the tug of war, which turned into a pretty good event.
Which is sophomores always win.
We have Dizzy Bat, which is where you basically dress and undress and then have to spin a couple times around the bat.
We pretty much just all help each other to get the clothes on and off and just push everyone along and just run in the ring.
There's pie eating. Self-explanatory. First place was the seniors. Hooray. Second place for the juniors. Third place for the freshmen. Fourth place for the sophomores.
It gets better and better, maybe because we're getting larger and larger as a school, so the spirit is real evident through the way the students behave, and it's pretty loud place.
This year's varsity wrestling team is off to a great start. Their team should be much improved from last year. With 44 kids on the team, this year should be much different. Let's take a look at varsity wrestling.
Get a couple of wins, maybe help the freshmen out, help them get some varsity wins, get some respect for the team. Second year wrestling, I'm hoping to go varsity for a 119 weight class.
We're off to a good start. We got to improve a lot from last year because we didn't do so well last year. But I think it looks a lot better for this year.
I think the key players on the team would be the captains. There's 3 juniors. There's Mazzy Arujo, Anthony Garnto, and myself. We've been wrestling since we were little, so I guess we'd be the best. And then we got a lot of good sophomores, like Kevin Barakat. We're gonna be good. We have 44 kids on the team this year, so on normal practice we'd stretch out, we go running, then we go inside. We drove for a solid 2 hours. Then we go live, which is it's like a real match. But like it's not really no whistles or nothing. Then after that, just bring it in. That's it.
He's a nice guy and he's really leading our team in the right direction.
A really good guy. We got a new assistant coach. He's from the Olympics. He knows a lot of stuff. So hopefully these 2 guys will help improve the program a little.
He's good. He's good. I gotta say he's good because he's probably gonna see me on TV. But he's good. Our assistant coach is from the Olympics. He was a gold medalist. He's really good. He's big. So they're all right.
Our next segment is a very special addition to this month's Patriot Pride. It is dedicated in memory of Mr. Salvatore Zito, a dear member of the Wayne Hills High School staff. He will truly be missed.
Mr. Salvatore Zito was born on January 25, 1952 in Baiano, Italy. In 1966, he immigrated to the USA with his family and settled in Clifton, New Jersey. He received his formal education at Clifton High School with the class of 1970 and played his favorite sport, soccer. He served in the U.S. Army from 1972 until 1978 when he was honorably discharged. Mr. Zito was employed by the Wayne Board of Education for over 20 years. He was a teacher and JV soccer coach at Wayne Hills High School and also taught at Schuyler Colfax Junior High School. He was a beloved husband of 18 years to Anita Zito. He died at home on Sunday, November 14, 2004, surrounded by his loving family and friends. Mr. Zito will always be remembered for his kind, gentle, caring, and loving ways.
Last year I had Mr. Zito for Italian class, Italian 1. Mr. Zito was a great guy. I had him for a whole year. He made class a lot of fun. Every day was great with him. I looked forward to going to class. He was a real good guy, and he cared about all the students that he had. He cared about if we were having trouble, he'd help us. He was always there, and he'll be missed.
I knew Coach Zito back when I was in Wayne Hills High School, actually. I graduated from Wayne Hills in 1990, and I played JV soccer for Coach Zito for a year. So that was when I first met him. And then after I graduated from Hills and went to college, I still stayed in touch with the soccer program, so I was still around in contact with Mr. Zito a lot. And then when I came back to Wayne Hills coaching 4 years ago, obviously I was the freshman coach and Coach Zito was the JV coach, so for the past 3 seasons I worked with Coach Zito a lot. We always took the bus rides together since the freshman and JV team traveled together, so we spent a lot of time on the bus talking to each other, and we had some great times together. And it was really a shock, and at the end of this summer when we found out, we just thought it was Mr. Zito was going to be out of school for a few days, and we were hoping he would come back, and then we just found out that it was a really much more serious illness than that. And it was really a shock to all of us that it happened so suddenly. So it's a big loss for the school, big loss for the soccer program, and he will definitely be missed by a lot of people, especially the soccer team.
We only had Mr. Zito for 1 year, but throughout that year we learned a lot.
He made the class very interesting, and he made it go by really fast, and my sympathy goes out to his friends and his family.
I'm really sorry that Mr. Zito is gone. He certainly was a wonderful addition to our staff. I knew Mr. Zito not socially, but through school, and he used to come into my office quite a bit to talk about students. He really cared about students. He cared about all the students in his class, and when somebody was having a problem, he would frequently come in and say, geez, there's something I need to know about them. Did something happen at home? Is there something that I can do? Which is really a wonderful thing for a teacher to be willing to do. I want to say I am really sorry to see Sal gone, and I pray for him along with the rest of the staff.
I had Mr. Zito for 4 years. I first had him in 8th grade when we did that, and everybody came into his class having like no knowledge about Italian. So the good thing I liked about his class is that he brought a lot of humor to the class, and none of us knew the language, so he would bring jokes about, he had an Italian egg, which was a 0 that he'd give us. And then I came into high school and I had him freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, so it was a good thing to have like a face that I recognized. He was the one teacher that I had the most out of all my high school career, and I was looking forward to having this year for my 5th year of Italian, but he didn't come back, so it's pretty sad. But he was a good teacher here, and he definitely brought character to the Italian language, and he'll definitely be missed.
I've known Sal for over 20 years. First met Sal 22 years ago when he asked to be my assistant coach here at Wayne Hills, and I immediately hired him. And through our conversation, it's sort of ironic that we realized that we played high school soccer during the same time. As a matter of fact, I played for Wayne Hills, Sal played for Clifton, and Clifton actually played Wayne Hills, although I was sick for that game. So we never really went head-to-head, but it's interesting that we had spent our high school years playing soccer in the same vicinity. As a coach, Sal was a tough, what you would call old school coaching, where he would be very tough on the kids and yet good with them, and which helped me a lot because all his players in JV came up to varsity. As a friend, we became close over the 20 years. We did 3 trips to Italy together, where we also became close. I know his wife very well. My children always called him Uncle Sal, and we visit on holidays. So we go way back, and we're very connected. And of course, I'm very sad to lose him. I miss him already, although I think he's coming back. He's not, as I just spoke to his wife the other day. So I miss him.
We have a special segment for you today as we caught up with the Wayne Hills boys varsity basketball team and found out firsthand what the players and coaches' expectations are for the coming season and who they expect to be the biggest competition. So sit back and relax and listen to what the Patriots basketball team had to say.
Well, I think all the seniors are going to have big roles this year, including Joe Correo, Josh Weinberg, Mike Brodsky, Tolu Gelati, and John Pobans, all good players.
Obviously Rampa's always good. Demarest, Old Japan, most teams are good in our league. So,
we're going to lean on the seniors a lot. Joe Correo's a returning starter. We have Mike Taylor, we have Mike Brodsky, and we have Tolu, we have Josh Weinberg. These are the guys we're looking to do well.
We're just all pretty good high school players, none are good enough to play at the next level.
It's going to be even. I hope it to be a little above 500 because we're going to be in a lot of tough, close games. But we'll be around 500 above.
Ramapo's always good, and I think the top team in the league will probably be Demarest. Pascal Hills also.
Well, I'm hoping we have a really good year to qualify for the state playoffs, do big things in the league championship.
Coaching staff's great. They gave us a lot of help, good plays, everything. They're great.
First off, we all want to make the state playoffs, which means we have to be at least 500 after about 16 games. We definitely like to go over 500 this year.
Iowa will probably be our starting center. He's only a sophomore. Mike Peichel's a junior, Adam Fitzpatrick's a junior, and Mike Calcuccio all should have pretty key roles on the team this year.
My number is 31. Play center. I play forward. The Wayne Hills.
Right now, it's a lot of drills and a lot of scrimmages, and we keep them busy the whole time.
Next up, we are going to take a look at the Wayne Hills competition cheerleading team. This enthusiastic group works hard cheering at all the basketball games and always pumps up the crowd. Now let's take a look.
If you're listening, whoa. Sing it back,
Competition cheerleading is its own separate team where we cheer for the basketball players at girls and boys basketball games, and we also go to competitions such as Six Flags and Florida. We get along really well because the basis of the cheerleading team is the football cheerleading team originally. So we known each other for a while, I guess, and more people came in and we get along with them pretty well. Well, right now, about twice a week, and we practice upstairs in the cardio room, and we usually practice mainly with stunting and jump wise, and we also learn our routines. My favorite cheer would have to be Fight for the Patriots. It goes,
F-F-I-F-I-G-H-T, fight, F-F-I-F-I-G-H-T, fight.
well, to build a basic stunt, it requires 4 people, 2 bases on each side, a flyer who goes up in the air, and a back spot who just supports the whole stunt. To begin a basic stunt such as a prep or extension, both bases squat down parallel to each other, and you lift using your legs, and usually end right here for a prep, and the flyer just pushes her way up all the way through until she hits the top. And along this whole time, the back spot just lifts using our ankles. And to cradle from a stunt, the counts are 1, 2, down, up, and the bases throw evenly, the flyer in the air, and she comes down in a cradle position. Some of the basic moves are the jump sequences, There's a toe touch where both legs go out in the air in a straddle position. There's a pike where you bring your legs in front of you together. And there's a herky or hurdler where you go to the side and one leg straight out and the other is like bent to the side. There's also tumbling passes we do, which are like round off back handsprings and such. And there's stunts, different stunts such as basket tosses, liberties, scales, scorpions, arabesques, and that's basically it.
My expectations are for them to work up to their full potential and in competition do the best they can and hopefully come out victorious again. The Wayne Hills ice hockey team is off to a great start this season. Captain Dave Rogers and star sophomore Albert Campbell have led the team to some exciting victories. Let's watch them melt the ice.
Well, the preseason went good. We're 2-0. We defeated West Essex, I think it was, and they were the state champions last year. We got good goaltending. Charlie's back this year. We got good offense. We got good defense.
Coaches seem pretty good this year. They seem pretty dedicated. Coaches are Darren R. McCanian. He was the coach my freshman year. Should be 3 years ago. But he was there, before we came, and he didn't have a great season that year, but I think he's looking pretty good this year, and hopefully it'll be a good season.
Players, well, our captain David Rogers is a really big part of the team, and probably the best player on the team is Albert Campbell, and he's just incredible. Some of the moves he pulls off are amazing.
Turnout should be very good. We had one scrimmage so far. It was a big turnout. Should be very good this year. Hopefully a lot of fans will come back to the games.
After a successful season last year, the Wayne Hills hockey team hopes to do even better this year. So far, our team is off to a great start. Hopefully they can keep it up for the rest of the season. Come out and support our team. Don't forget, all home games are played at the new ice wall. We look forward to an exciting season.
Noise is off. A play performed by the Theater Workshop was a great success. Led by Mr. Castagna, the cast is filled with talented actors and actresses. Let's take a look at behind the scenes of this comedy.
Well, what you're looking at is the set for Noises Off. And Noises Off is a play within a play. It's about a group of inept actors who are rehearsing for a play called Nothing On. And what's funny is that the audience is going to see the same act 3 times in a row. The first act is a dress rehearsal, and they're terrible. The second act, the set behind us, is going to turn around, and we're going to look at it from the backstage. It's a couple weeks later, and one of the actors thinks that one of the other men in the cast is hitting on his woman. So they spend most of the second act beating each other up. The third act, the set turns around again. It's a couple weeks later, and the leading lady is drunk. So she takes things that should be left on stage, she leaves things that should be taken, and that also creates havoc with the actors. So it's a group of people that just don't ever get a break. I try to think of the people that I know who would be auditioning for the play, and I would try to find something that I think they would be good for. I always consider that there's going to be new faces, but what if there isn't a new face? So basically I look at who's coming back, and then I try to think of something that would be fun for all of us to do, something I would like to look at and something that they would want to act in. Preparation, reading the script over and over. I try not to, if there's a movie available, I try not to watch the movie, although sometimes it's very, very tempting to see what someone else did. Basically looking for ideas, talk to the cast and see what they have in mind for different aspects of the characters. So that would be my preparation there. I think it's successful. It all depends on the audience turnout. I'd like to see the auditorium filled. As we look around the auditorium, it's not filled. So we'll see what happens.
The stars of Noises Off are Alicia Rapp, David Rostat, Alyssa Beauchamp, Alex Chilowitz, Aaron Devine, Andrew Minster, Gabe Seidman, Sarah Kollock, and Stephen Palecchia.
I am the second in charge after the director, which is Mr. Castagna, and I do everything that he's supposed to do involved in the play every year. I was the person with all the props, I was costumes, and I enjoyed it, but I like being more in charge of everything, and so I asked Mr. Castagna to graduate my level, and I am now his right-hand person, so I get to help with everybody. I have a feeling that everyone's going to pull it out in the end, and I think everyone's going to do fine.
For our next segment, we will be discussing the interesting sport of fencing. Last year, the team was undefeated. This year, under new coach Tony Kiernan, the boys team expects the same success. Even though the fencing team might be off to a slow start, they expect to finish the season with a winning record.
In fencing, each bout consists of 5 minutes where two opponents will face each other in either one of 3 weapons, and the first opponent to score 5 hits against the other would win the bout. During a normal fencing match, there's 27 bouts. The first team to win 14 would be considered the victor. But fencing to me is an opportunity for two people to show not only athletic skill and finesse, but also strategic skill, because it's a thinking sport. It's not just a physical sport. There are 3 different weapons: foil, epee, and saber. We have 2 captains this year: Noah Lewis and Zach Charpentier. And as far as structure goes, 3 starters will begin each one of the 3 weapons.
Well, we're both Saber. We're both in Saber. He's a first-year Saber. He's a junior. I'm a junior also. I'm a third-year Saber.
Well, our first meet is next Monday. Demarest? Yeah, next Monday. We have practice every day. Miss Kieran also had asked us to weight training every Tuesday and Thursday. Miss Kieran asked if we would be able to train during our vacation. So yeah, I think we're planning to go pretty far this year. Very motley crew of very enthusiastic people, willing to do their best. So yeah, everyone's practicing very often. I don't know, Matt Birdie.
Everyone's determined on the fencing team. We're a very determined team.
Yeah, and the school kind of looks down on us, I've noticed recently. So yeah,
we're going to change that.
Yes, we're going to change that.
Well, we lost most of our seniors last year. We're looking to try our best.
I don't know. As being a first-year fencer, I really don't know how well we did last year. I don't know our track record in fencing. Everyone's hoping to do their best, obviously. How far we're going to get, realistically, I wouldn't know, because I haven't even been to my first meet.
Last year they were undefeated. They went really far. They had an amazing season, probably the most amazing season they had in the history of Wayne Hills. I would love to see that duplicated. I don't know if that's going to happen. Certainly, though, we have a lot of fencers that want to go 110%. So I'm hoping that we at least finish with a winning season.
1, 2, 3,
Thank you for joining us for another edition of Patriot Pod. Once again, I'm Alex.
I'm Stephanie, wishing you all a very safe and happy holiday season.